It's February, and that means that love is in the air. And so is the sound of blood gurgling screams. And nothing says romance like a little bit of bloodshed, right? Tonight, we're diving into Hard Eyes, the rom-com slasher movie that proves that love can hurt. Literally. So grab your popcorn and quite possibly a weapon just in case. And let's talk about this killer date night flick. So, first of all, I want to say that I am back. Booze is back. We had some, well, I had some pretty nasty technical difficulties, first of all. Second of all, happy belated Valentine's Day. And that kind of works out because that's kind of relates to what we're talking about. And by we, I mean me and the wife over here. She is back.
Yes.
And I just realized that I went all red for the background on account of, not belated Valentine's and Hard Eyes.
Valentines.
We went over this. Don't call me that.
I'm not calling you a Valentine. That's just what Lily calls it.
Yeah, I know.
She can't pronounce it.
So yeah, we're here to talk about Hard Eyes, the movie Hard Eyes. It's a rom-com slasher horror movie. It's nothing new, nothing that we haven't heard about. I mean, we've gotten My Bloody Valentine, and I believe there's another one. I just can't remember the name of it, but those are it's kind of like a product of that genre. It's horror, with just a mixture of the comedy. There's horror comedies, and this is just happens to add a little bit of romance into it. And do you remember most of this movie?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I feel like once we start talking about it, it'll just kind of come.
It all just
back.
come right
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Well, we first watched this movie on a Tuesday, just like how many days? Like 3-4 days before Valentine's Day.
For Valentine's, so it
Yeah.
was on the 10, 11?
Yeah, it was around there. Yeah, we went on Tuesday.
On the 11th.
And we went on quite possibly the largest couple dates we've ever been on, possibly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's
like 12 people, I think.
Yeah, we were 12. We were a total of 12.
We were a total of 12. And
well, one was in a couple, one were Valentines.
Oh, that's right. We're actual friends. The rest of everybody was like their own couple. So it kind of all fit. Giant couples, romance slasher movie. It works, dude. It works.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
And the movie was actually, I mean, before we do get started, what did you think about the movie?
I went in I'm gonna be honest, I hadn't even seen the trailer. Like, I had no idea what I was there for. Everyone was like, let's go see it. And I was just there for the ride,
She likes to go out.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I liked it more than I thought I would like it. But to be fair, I was going in with zero expectations, so
yeah.
I feel like that's why.
Yeah. And you never saw the trailer before?
No, I didn't. I could have when y'all were talking about it, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna go in with no idea what I'm.
You actually wanted to be surprised?
Yeah, yeah.
You hate surprises.
I know, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go in without even. I'm glad I did though.
Yeah. So you actually did like it.
It was funny. It was funny and a little cheesy.
But I think that's the whole rom-com part of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I liked it.
Okay. Yeah. So the rom-com is kind of where it kind of hits the female demographic, I guess.
Yeah, and I liked. I know. Well, I might be jumping ahead of myself, but I know some people did not like the ending.
I'm one of them
for a very specific reason, but I do, and I'll explain why later. I do like that ending.
I didn't like it, but I also appreciated that they didn't do that other thing I mentioned.
Well, we just
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
We'll start with the breaking down of the movie. So let's start with the introduction. The introduction of the heart eyes killer. The film opens up with the mass serial killer dubbed the Heart Eyes Killer terrorizing couples in Seattle on Valentine's Day. That beginning part was actually the intro was good. Actually, I really did like that.
It right away kind of got to the point. It was funny from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hated the couple. Most obnoxious couple ever. But that was the point. Like that was the point of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to make you be like, "Oh no, they died." It was supposed to be like, "Oh, good riddance," that kind of feel to it.
It makes you really look back up the killer in the movie because some movies
it's
do
just that they
that.
were really obnoxious. Like it was just the whole. We can.
Yeah, we can start
Okay.
spoiling. Yeah.
He's proposing to the girl, and the whole thing is planned, and she's annoyed because it's not because like how she wants it a specific way, and they have the whole thing planned, and then he gets a phone call, and there's a photographer far away, and he missed the shot, so then he gets all
Bitcheroony doony up on the
on the
place.
phone, like you better get it right, like that kind of thing. I don't remember what he says, but you can tell it's basically like you better get it right.
The whole fucking thing was staged completely.
Yeah, like the whole exactly. She already knew about the proposal. She probably picked out the ring. They were basically just there to get a picture to make it look like it was a surprise.
It's all for the social media,
Yeah,
man. That's all that thing
pretty
was.
much.
That's sad.
And exactly. And she was so bitchy about it. And
yeah, at some point she
at first you kind of feel bad for the guy because she's being a bitch. But then he talks to the guy, and you realize that he's an asshole too. So you're just like, oh, like.
Yeah, at some point, because he calls the photographer. He's like, I don't know how far away from the actual little set that they have going on, and he's like telling him, insulting him to get the shot, whatever. And at some point, she takes the phone away to tell him off. And I think that's when the Hard Eyes Killer strikes the first victim, which would be the guy. Actually, no, the photographer.
No. He didn't he shoot him when he's about to take the shot?
He struck the photographer first.
Yeah. She shoots him when he's about to take the shot.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. The Hard Eye Killer strikes.
And then they're calling the photographer to see if he got the shot.
Yeah, that would be the second call.
But he's not answering, and then that's when he gets
Yes.
And then she runs, and then her death is like she gets like squished to death in this machine because she's hiding in there from him. But she's leaving trails of blood. So
the Hard Eye Killer himself is very, very equipped. I'm talking like, first of all, he's got some like sharp Hawkeye shooting skills,
which kind of makes sense once you find out who.
I'm gonna say that's a little racist.
What are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
The profession.
I
wasn't talking about that particular
skill.
No, I'll explain why later.
Okay. No, but anyways, yeah, the Hard Eyes Killer is equipped with and it just occurred to me that he throws arrows like he's Cupid.
Yeah. That's clever.
Yeah, it just occurred to me, except you don't fall in love. You just get severely wounded.
You get to be together in the afterlife. Forever means forever.
Yes. But yeah, the first couple gets completely annihilated. The guy gets shot with an arrow straight in the head, and then it starts up with the first chase with the girl, the bitchy couple chases them in this field. What I remember was like a field, like a great field, because it was a winery. The place was a winery.
So that's what they were squishing in that thing, no?
Yes, that's so essentially. Hard Eye Killer traps this chick in this machine. I
Well,
don't
he
know what it
doesn't trap
is.
her. She puts herself in
Oh yeah,
there.
she's hiding from him there. That's right. She
But he
hides from
already
him in
knows
there.
because of the trail of blood.
Yeah.
And
then he freaking turns it on. And I'm assuming
yeah.
this is like the machine that squishes grape juice out of grapes, because that's essentially what it did to the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Squeezed the bones and blood and everything out
And
of
now
her,
that I'm
dude.
thinking and looking back at it, there's so many little things that should give away who the killer was, even based on that first
I mean,
murder.
after they start like investigating.
Yeah, because there's investigators. It's some, I don't remember what their names were.
I think we got names. We got names somewhere around here. No, actually, no. Actually,
No,
I will
it's a guy
I
and a
will get them
girl.
up as we keep going.
But it's a guy
Actually,
and a girl who are basically they're the ones assigned to that case.
yes, the detectives.
Mm-hmm.
They're the detectives, and how you said that we didn't catch him at first because we were just watching it, but essentially one of the main detectives, the female one, she was actually the one who pointed something out that kind of like uh was revealed in the ending part of the movie. How she was like, "You know what this is, boys? Like something, I don't know, something fucked up or whatever." It's like, "Nope. This here is a fetish." Remember that part?
Yeah. They also find a ring that's worth noting with the initials J something. I don't remember.
But what was the connection to that again? Oh, it was the
Yeah,
same initials of the main protagonist and
yeah,
that
the
other guy.
guy.
Yeah.
It was the not hers. It was the guy's.
Wasn't it the girl and the guy?
It was a man's ring with the initial of the guy that Ali, being the main character, meets.
I just popped him up.
Detective Shaw
Detective Shaw.
and Detective Zeke Hobbs. Those are the two that are
Zeke
on the
Hobbs,
case.
played by Devon Sawa. Man, I love this dude. I love him since that very first Twister movie before the big Paramount Twister one came out. But yeah, it's Jeanette Shaw and Zeke Hobbs, the two detectives who were on the case in Seattle. They work for the Seattle Police Department, and they go and they investigate that particular murder scene. But that doesn't happen until before we get introduced to the main character, which is Allie, played by Olivia Holt, who is a, what was it again? She worked for this big jewelry company store.
Yeah.
She would like pitch commercial ideas, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And she got her ass handed to her by her boss, which, by the way, her boss is hilarious.
Before that, she bumped. They're talking about it at a at a coffee shop.
Oh, that's right. They literally bump into each other.
And she bumps into
That's
a
right.
guy who orders the same thing as her, which to them is like, oh my god, but it's actually a very common order. Like the guy tells him, get off the counter.
He's like, oh my god, I thought I was the only douche or bitch or whatever who ordered such a complicated order, and the guy behind the counter is like, actually no, this is a very very common order. Now can you guys please fucking move out of the line?
So that she meets some random guy, spills coffee on him, hits him.
Thirsty for something new? Welcome to the Booze and Chill channel, where every sip is, you can say, an adventure. From craft beers to cocktails that'll blow your mind, I've got the lowdown on the best drinks around. But if it's not just about the drinks, I also dive into movie trailer breakdowns, as well as music video breakdowns, and every now and again I do throw in some mouth-watering food reviews. So if you're ready to mix up your entertainment, hit that subscribe button and let's cheers to some good times. Now let's get back into today's podcast. We're back. I had to take a short break because there's bangings outside. It turns out it was fireworks.
Who's pumping fireworks now?
Fireworks right now.
That's crazy.
I did say that love is in the air in the intro. That could be it. Just the smell of gunpowder and all that junk that they put in the fireworks. But anywho's, we stayed where
She meets
She
Jay.
meets Jay Simone's, played by Mason Gooding.
She hits him by accident. He tries to give her a straw, but she's very environmentally conscious, so she carries her own
Metal straw.
metal straw.
And she literally bumps into him like how many times was it? Like 2 or 3
I don't know, but
times.
she hits him pretty bad with one of those, doesn't she?
She makes him bleed.
It's like very cringy, you know. It's just cringy.
It's cringy.
It's just like cringy, like.
But I
But
think
it's
that's the whole
supposed to be.
point.
Yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to feel like that.
Yeah, that's the whole rom-com part of it. There's a lot of cheesy lines, but again, it comes with the territory of it having a little bit of the rom-com in there, and that's exactly what happens when they meet. It's like very awkward, very very cringe, as they say. She literally
Mhm.
bumps into him to the point where he gets a nosebleed.
Yeah, and then she runs away,
Yeah,
and it jumps to them at work,
yeah.
which.
Oh, you also get introduced to the best friend,
Oh yeah,
Jeanette Shaw.
she is. That's the kind of bestie you want. Like she.
And right after Allie runs away from the awkwardness of making the dude having a nosebleed, she's like, I'm sorry, she's getting fired today.
Yep.
Yes. And then that's when they jump into the whole job things, where we see that she works in this really, really big jewelry company, which again, we mentioned that she makes like these very, very odd love commercials to promote, because it's like Valentine's and they're like promoting that jewelry.
So she picks. Well, see, because first it jumps into like the news report that Hard Eyes is now there where they live, so for everybody to watch out and blah 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 and this and that. And then I guess I'm assuming she's like the CEO of the company, basically. Then plays.
No, she's not. She's just like the person who does like this like marketing. The actual CEO was hilarious though.
Who's the CEO?
That older lady. She looks like she's just drunk all the time. And I think she even calls her bitch at some point.
That's why her. She's showing them the. She's showing them the police, whatever, the news.
Yeah.
And then after she's like, what the, because of their commercial.
Yeah. Oh man, if I could find it, I'll maybe play like a little tiny
and it's
clip
basically
of it.
her whole thing was like,
love sucks.
No, it wasn't love sucks. It was like Romeo and Juliet, they died, the Titanic, like Jack dies, like, it's like love but like death, like. And
yeah,
so it was
it's a total fucking downers.
It wasn't in good taste. Because
they're supposed to be doing the whole Valentine thing, but it's like people just dying and
the issue wasn't the whole death thing or whatever, because she did like classic love stories, with a horrible tragic endings. Because she had, she was stalking her ex. She was sad that he had moved on and he was with another girl, whatever. So
I forgot about her.
She had
just
that
stalking her ex on the phone all the time.
So she had that true. Like, so she did that whole doomed lovers. I think that's what it was.
Doomed lovers, yes.
And then, but it was in bad taste because the issue was the fact that Hard Eyes was now in their city,
which is not good for their business.
Exactly. So basically, the commercial was not good for business.
There was already like fear.
There was a bunch of
everywhere.
Comments, yeah, and it went live. So there was a bunch of comments saying like, "What the fuck?" Like,
the one assistant to the CEO who read the comments out loud, and it just keeps going on. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but if Hard Eyes wasn't out there, I don't think they would have said anything.
Oh yeah,
but it was a really weird way to promote jewelry.
But that's what makes it kind of, again, that the whole comedy part of it is the fact that it's a jewelry company. It's Valentine's Day. They're trying to promote Valentine. They're promoting love, marriage. What's that other thing that they buy a ring for?
What?
The promise ring. All that mumbo jumbo stuff that you hear in Valentine's.
Yeah. That
and proposals, and she's sucking at it. She's sucking at her job. The CEO tells her straight up, but she can't fire her because she's under contract. And then
So they hire someone.
a hired gun. I think that's how she puts it. And
He's a freelancer
a
who
freelancer.
specializes in love and things like that. And so they introduce him, and he walks in, and lo and behold, who are we looking at?
It is Jay.
Jay Simmons.
Jay
And the
Simmons.
ring that you find at the scene of the death, the murders, it's a men's ring with the initials JS on it.
I don't remember that part exactly, but
It is. It has the initials JS.
Okay.
And which is why, well, I'll just jump into that as we progress.
But yeah, so they show the big hired guns, and it's Jay Simmons, the guy that she gave the nosebleed to at the coffee shop, and she's just looking at him like it's confusing because again it's a rom-com. She's looking at him like, oh man, he's hot, but at the same time it's like, you motherfucker's he's gonna steal my job.
Yeah.
And then he sees her, remembers her. He makes this speech, this encouraging speech. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this thing done. Blah blah blah, this and that. And then the guy, for some reason, I thought this part was funny. Like he just naturally just walks into the woman's room when she's taking a piss in there.
I don't think they were peeing. They were just kind of sitting there talking.
Well,
or maybe they were.
Case.
Who knows? Because she got up pretty quick.
Exactly.
But she didn't wipe herself.
And so, yeah, the guy comes in. And what a weird way also to ask somebody out.
Oh, yeah. To work. He wanted to get together with her at a restaurant and talk about
the campaign. The campaign.
So she very reluctantly agrees because he kind of is very persuasive.
In a weird way, also, because we can talk about the campaign, but not after yoga.
Oh yeah, because he does yoga and like all this. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, he's kind of a weird guy.
He's a very fit guy, but at the same time, he's taking care of business, and at the same time, he's also, trying to get a little bit of action with our main protagonist, Allie. But Allie being, we already mentioned her work. That's technically exactly how she feels about love at this point of the movie. She just thinks that it's just all bullshit, and she mentions that when they go out on that date.
They go on that date.
Yep.
And she's well before that they go, she's going out to find an outfit to wear, and the friend takes her.
That's right. The conversation with the friend, and the friend mentions that she's dating like this 60-year-old who can't even get out of bed or something.
That she's dating. It was one of my favorite lines in the because
I was leading you to that.
They go to dress shopping and whatnot. No, but this is when they're on the phone. I'm not sure if that happens. I'm not sure when that happens, but because they're on the phone when this conversation happens, and she jokingly, Allie jokingly tells the friend that maybe like her partner is Hard Eyes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's rich, so she basically cleared all her debt, and like he bought, she's using his money.
He's like, I love him, but I also love that he cleared my debt.
Yeah, and so she does this line where she jokes around saying that he might be Hard Eyes, and then it's what's her name, Jeanette.
Allie.
No, sorry, Allie. No, the friend. What is the friend's name?
Oh, the friend's name is. Did we lose her?
No.
I think we didn't know that. Isn't that her? Oh, no, that's a detective.
We never found the friend.
No, that's her. Monica. It's Monica. That's
Monica.
Right,
so
our bad. Our bad.
The friend says Arthur. I believe that was the name of the guy.
I think it was.
Like
yeah.
And she's like, Arthur has so much arthritis, he can't even run.
Which is funny because Arthur kind of rhymes with arthritis.
I think it was Arthur. I don't remember. It might just be my brain, but
no, I think it was. I think it was.
She makes that comment where it's like, he has so much arthritis, he can't even run. It can't be him. Like she's just so not worried about it.
And then she's like, let's go break a credit card, and that's when they cut into the whole shopping.
That's right. They're in the car, and they're not on the phone. They're on the car. They're on their way going to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See.
You get that really like big expensive montage shopping thing.
And she ends up picking like a work outfit.
Oh, Alice actually picks it up. I'm sorry,
Allie.
Allie. And Monica's like, no, Allie goes for it anyways.
Yeah.
Because she does mention it over and over again. This is business. It's business. So she's kind of like dead.
But it was a very expensive outfit, and you find that out later because she mentions it. She takes off the coat.
And then that's where the whole date thing happens. And he comes in a little late, actually. He comes in late to the date that he set.
Yeah.
And it's funny because before they allow anybody into the restaurant, they have to scan them with a metal detector on account of hard eyes.
Because of hard eyes, yeah.
And she sits down, she orders a drink, and like, I don't know, time passes, and she's like started giving up.
She basically starts being she starts giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
To the point where like, yeah, like he's had it. So he just basically is like, you know what, like if you like, I'm gone. And he gets up and he leaves. And then she comes after him, right, trying to apologize.
Yeah. And then she runs into the ex walking
no.
Dude.
She's talking to him. It's like, wait. And then all of nowhere, she fucking kisses him.
Because she sees the ex coming up.
And then it cuts to the scene where it's the ex standing there with the new girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And they were apparently friends with the couple from the beginning that died.
Yep.
And they were actually had booked that reservation with that couple together.
Yep.
But the couple died. And so Allie's like, and y'all are still coming? It's like, well, of course.
Yeah. And Jay's like, well, that's weird.
Yeah, because they're like, well, of course. We still came because something about, I don't know.
It was a very fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that. It was a very fancy restaurant. So I guess I don't blame them.
But then when they leave, who's watching them?
Oh, that's right. You get that and the heart-shaped view. You know what I mean?
Of hard eyes watching them. He witnessed the kiss.
Which actually, that particular kiss plays a pretty big part at the ending.
I know.
Surprisingly,
I was like, "Fuck!" like idiot.
So they get into this. I think what happened actually was that he got into the Uber, and she just kind of like shoved herself in there. And he's like, "Oh, okay, you're coming with me. All right." And then they dropped her off first. Walks to the front door. That's right. She doesn't have the keys. And the driver even goes to Jay. It's like, you go walk up to her and tell her that you love her and you never let her go. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Because he thinks that they're a couple, and they keep telling him they're not. But he's like, it's Valentine's Day, like you know, and it's all romantic in the cab too, and he's playing all this music.
It's like the cab itself or the Uber or whatever is completely decorated in Valentine's. Like Valentine just threw up in there. And then so he walks up to her, and she still doesn't have the keys, right? So they go into the main entrance, and she like gets this idea to break down the glass window to be able to open the door. And Jay's like, no, don't do that. And she's like, oh, it's okay. The landlord loves me.
Yeah.
And before it's like she even tries to, he's like, what are you gonna do? It's like, I'm just gonna punch you. Like, that's gonna hurt you or whatever. So he takes matters into his own hands, punches the damn thing, but with like a rag or something wrapped around him. He still gets cut. He's like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, because he's like, oh, that, like, because he's like, oh yeah, see, there you go. And then you just see all the blood. Yeah. And he's like, well, that's not good. So then it just cuts to them running inside the apartment.
And the apartment looks like shit. And she gives him she's like, oh, it's because my maid won the lottery.
Oh yeah, her maid won the lottery. Sorry, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's because I don't really inspect company. He's like, ever?
Because of the picture that she saw where she dressed up as Pikachu. And he's like, was it Halloween? And then she's like, no.
That was a Tuesday.
Yeah. And she tells him to sit down, but the couch is full of shit. I mean, clothes.
Yeah.
So he goes and he sits on her bed.
That was weird, though.
But I called it, though.
You call what?
I called it. What did I say when they barged in?
Oh, that hard eyes was already in there?
No, they barged in and they left the door open. And the first thing I said was close the door after they go into the room. Then she comes out and she kicks the door shut. But by that point, like, it had already been open for a while. So it's just kind of like, what's going to happen.
Which is why you should always lock your doors. Always.
Yep. And then she takes off her jacket. This is an expensive jacket. I don't remember when she did that. But she's like treating his wound. And that's where you find out that she was in med school. But she got out because she can't tolerate
blood.
Yeah.
Which is also, there's tiny little things in there that you just like come up again in the movie. And it's funny because when they're sitting down, which by the way, like I was saying, he just like casually just walks into her bedroom. Yeah. She's like, oh, okay, you're going to do that? All right. So he's treating his wounds, and they're talking, whatever. And then she sees behind him her dildo. Yeah. And she tries to
trying to get rid of it so he won't see it.
So he won't see it.
And that plays a big part in how they bump into Hard Eyes. Because
that's actually
she
true.
grabs it, whatever, and then she's trying to shove it in her closet. So when she opens the closet, he's standing right there.
And their first reaction was just throw the dildo at his face. Yeah. And Hard Eyes just like, and then reacted like he had no idea what to do.
The dildo coming in your
like,
face,
what do you do? How do you react with a dildo being thrown at you? Like, what would you
Even the
do?
most psycho murderer would be like, what the fuck was
like,
that?
what do you even do if you get thrown a dildo at you? Like,
nothing. He just paused for a second, then he tried to attack, but they ran out.
Like, he was trying to like think about it, like, what just happened? And like, oh wait, I'm gonna kill these people. And then we get the second Hard Eyes chase scene, and it doesn't take very long actually. They're like, struggling to get out of the house. I think who gets stabbed there first? Oh no one gets stabbed at this point. It's just him trying to kill him, and then they run out of the building,
and they decide to go to the most fucking freakiest looking place. It's like an abandoned fucking
I don't know
carnival looking thing.
I don't know what it was.
First it looks like an abandoned, I don't know, there's like dead plants and stuff. It's like it looks like a building. And then there's like a
really old building.
Yeah, and then there's like an old carousel. Like, it's just creepy. And why do you run? Like, why do you not run towards the direction of people? Like,
I think maybe it's just like in the moment you don't think, maybe. I don't know. It's classic horror movie stuff, maybe. Barbie, I called you May.
I am not me, but yes.
But yeah, this is classic stuff. And so they get chased out of the building. Oh, and before they even get out of the building, I think I was the one that said that, oh, it's the driver. It's got to be the driver.
Yeah.
And that's funny because that kept happening to both of us. I said it was the driver, and then you said it was somebody else, and it ended up.
Because there's
I think you were the one that were actually right, actually. I'm not going to say it yet, though.
Yeah. Well, I was partially right.
Partially.
Partially. At this point, I also thought that, because I thought when they're running and he falls and hits himself and he's on the floor, you know how she runs away because he's chasing her.
Yeah.
But he's chasing her, so he runs away, and then he's all offended because you left me.
Yeah. Once the whole chasing thing gets completely done, which, by the way that he just kind of disappeared real quickly, I thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after that chase stops, Hard Eyes planted a knife and another possibly spare mask on Jay.
Yeah.
To make it seem like he was the one doing all the killing.
So they arrest him, and she's like, no, it can't be him because he was like standing right over her.
Yeah.
When the cops showed up.
Yep.
And then, but he's in the cop car like, no.
He's super pissed. Fucking shit. She's just so pissed off.
It reminds me of Fez when he gets offended.
Is it because he's of color?
No, because
it's okay. We can say that.
No, that's not the reason. He looks nothing like Fez. It's because he's literally like I'm not talking to you right now. Like, like that's got like Fez all over it.
I'm fine. I just got arrested.
Yeah, like, so it just reminds me of something Fez would say. That little like, I said good day. Like,
yes.
that.
And for those of you who don't know, Fez is a character from one of my favorite all-time shows, that
That's
70s show.
70s.
Funny stuff. But so yeah, like even after their lives were in so much danger, they're still managed to fit in a little bit of comedy in there. And it doesn't like, it's not like overbearing kind of comedy either. Like it's not like I want to say that this movie kind of sort of was around the realm of scary movie. The first scary movie after
I
like
don't even remember
3, it
it.
was like, no, it's too much, bro. It's too much. But I feel like this movie was around there. Like it was a good amount, not as much comedy as the first one, but enough to still keep the thriller slasher horror in there and not, taint it so much. I think
Yeah, it was just subtle.
it was subtle.
I like that.
Yes. And so after that chasing, they what happened? They go into the police station.
She goes to the police
She goes
station
into the police
because
station.
she's trying, like, he's not, like, he's innocent, right? So
Yeah.
she goes to the police station to try to help him out.
Oh, and the Janet Shaw and Zeke Hobbs play the bad cop.
The good cop, bad cop. She's good cop.
That was actually pretty
And she's
funny.
also kind of like, she's talking about how she wants a man and I don't know what, and she's on dating sites. She's asking, and and that other detective is like, we should hook up with me.
Yeah. Oh, when they first introduced him, actually, he was like, I think he even said that too. What you need is a real man.
Yeah, like him. And so she eventually, it kind of looks like she's getting hot for Jay.
Actually, yeah, but we know why that is.
Yeah. So she's like interrogating him, and then she brings up the ring. They found the ring with his initials, and he's like, "That's fucking stupid. Like, why would a couple? It's like if we our wedding bands, it's natural for mine to have. It would be natural for mine to have your initials and yours to have my initials. But he's like, why would I get a wedding band with my own initials in it? Like, you don't think it would have my partners?"
That's true, yeah.
And that was his argument, but
Yeah. But also all the clues kind of sort of lean towards him because he travels for business.
He was at the
and he happened to be
places
around the same places.
but he's a freelancer, so he
Yeah.
travels for his job. So at this point, you're just kind of like, what?
Yeah, at some point we started even thinking like, oh shit, maybe
It could be
it's
him,
right,
or it
yeah.
could be like him and someone else. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought.
But again, throughout the movie, we're just like, it's him.
And
no,
then
it's not.
Yeah, and then what did you say that we have a something HWW or a something
HWW.
The girl cop in the front, when Allie comes in and she's like, "Oh, this I need, like, he's innocent, blah blah. I need to see him." I don't know what the hell she's saying, and then she ends up convincing the cop to go and tell Detective Shaw. And she goes, "We got an HWW." I don't know what he calls her, a hysterical white woman.
Yeah, HWW, hysterical white woman. Yes, that is funny police coding, actually.
Yeah, and then she's there, and as there's a tech guy that's asks her something, but I don't remember what he tells her. Oh, he asks her out. He tries to ask her
out because kind of was Valentine's or whatever.
Yeah, and she's like, I
almost died.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
And then what happens?
The lights go off.
Yeah. But him, now that I'm like, did he leave? Because I remember
the last thing he said to her before he walked out of the police station was that everyone's out celebrating. He's like, why? Because they caught the hard ice. And then he walks out. Mm-hmm. Moments later.
But he doesn't walk out of the building. Doesn't he go into that other place?
I think it was the entrance. I think he walked out. Or he made it seem like he did.
Oh, I don't know.
Not to have anything out or
Wasn't
anything.
That where she... Well, I don't remember, but... It's because, like, to me, I was like, wait, did he just walk into the closet?
No, he walked out of the building.
He walked
out of the building.
Oh, okay, because I was confused about that.
Yeah.
I was like...
And then, after he walks out, moments later, the entire police station goes completely dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lights get shut off.
Yes.
And Well, doesn't the detective come back out, and then because she hears a
Yes,
noise
yes,
in
yes.
the closet, the detective goes and checks, and she's like, "Oh, nothing."
Don't check. He likes to hide in closets.
Yeah, and then she's trying to get something from the vending machine, right?
This was actually we gotta count this a little bit backwards. The lights go out before Detective Shaw comes out
Mm.
to talk to Allie to ask her questions.
The lights go off when she's
Yes,
there. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I get it now. Yes, I remember.
yeah, and that's where the whole bit with the he likes to hide in closets thing happened, and then the lights go off, and then because she's with two
But I thought that was
officers,
so. It's Detective Shaw that checks the closet. I thought it was the other cop.
it was the other cop, the
Oh,
big
okay.
cop, the big lady cop.
Yes. And then, well, guess who's at the station?
And then his first kill at the station was that big lady cop.
And he's got night vision. That was pretty cool.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll put up a picture somewhere here how he looks like with the night vision heart
That was
goggles
so
on.
cute. Like that mask with the heart eyes. Like that's so adorable. You can like, it's got a real woman's touch.
I mean, essentially. Again, don't want to give anything out just yet, but yeah, it's a badass mask. It's a badass mask. It's not over the top. It's it's not exactly, well, yeah, it's movie quality, but it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
But then the lights on the hearts
But he's
turn
got
on.
he's got all
Damn,
this gear on. Like he's
dude, like
yeah.
that's what I was saying. Like in the beginning, you see him, like this guy's equipped, and then it kind of sort of makes sense now that we're talking about it again.
That's what I was
Yeah,
telling you in the beginning. Now
yeah,
you got me now, right?
yeah. A little late, but yes.
Better late than never.
So yeah, Hard Eyes kills the big lady cop, stabs her with a pole with the flag, with the American
Does
flag.
the detective Seek also die?
Detective Zeke does end up dying right after the big lady cop, because after he kills big lady cop, he tries to kill Allie, but Allie, being the protagonist, she can't die just yet, right? So she's like, he's in circles, literally in circles.
This is in Game of Thrones.
So yeah, he's literally chasing her around the little entrance section, and because it's so pitch black, she's literally just like, doing absolutely anything, and he can see her, but somehow Allie outsmarts him.
She ends up in the area where they're keeping because Detective Shaw gets hurt too. Jeanette.
I believe so.
Yeah, she gets hurt because she's on the floor or something. I don't remember.
No, because Allie ends up escaping, going deeper into the police station to go towards where they're keeping Jay, and because the Hard Ice is right behind her, he kills another officer, and then he slices Detective Zeke in half in that same hallway.
Oh, like yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. Right in. It's when he goes from the bottom, right?
Yes, I
And
believe.
now I get it. Now I know why he did that. Because he was a wow. I understand.
The dots are connecting as we go here, man.
But I don't want to say it yet until we reveal the other thing. But it makes sense because if yeah, okay,
Yeah. Yes.
Damn, there's so many little things in this movie.
Yeah. And so that happens, and Allie finds Jay locked up still.
Yeah, he's like chained to the thing, and Hard Eyes is coming, so it's like,
oh
nah.
wait, you're right. Hard Eyes gets to him first. She finds him, but she finds him behind.
No.
Glass.
She finds him first. Goes in, blah blah blah. They talk. He's like, "You left me." She's like, "You're right, I did leave you."
And then she runs out again.
And then he tells her that the key is on Detective Hobbs.
Yes.
So she runs out.
And he's like, "She left me again."
And then she bumps into him. No.
They don't show how she got the keys, but
she bumps into him. And so she ends up hiding in that room, and she ends up turning around and realizing that she's in the you know how like they interrogate them, and then there's like
interrogation
a glass
room. Yes.
So she's in that other room, so she can see him. And then Hard Eyes walks in, And she's like, oh shit. But at that point, she doesn't have the key anymore. And it just cuts to the scene of Jay with Hard Eyes.
Yeah.
And
So it's a very, very easy kill for
so
Hard
my
Eyes.
guess is
So
that
it seemed.
So my guess is that she saw him. She was seeing them through the thing, and when Hard Eyes walked in, she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go get the keys."
Something along those lines.
Yeah,
But
because
then
Hard Eyes was
she,
distracted.
yeah. And then we get that little tiny little scene of Hard Eyes trying to kill Jay, locked a chains to the
Mhm.
interrogation table, I'm gonna call it. And then once it looks like he's about to get killed off in the story, you hear gunshot, and you start seeing the bulletproof one
The glass.
what is it called?
Thing. The
The
window, the glass,
but
bulletproof.
the one side one, I think that's what they're
Yeah,
called.
the mirror.
Yeah, the one side mirror. You start hearing
Seeing it shatter.
Yes. And eventually you just hear pa pa pa, and the thing just collapses. And she has an open field to shoot Hard Eyes. It's like watching a stormtrooper shoot.
She misses every shot, and he
Every
calls her out
single
for
shot.
it. What's his name? Jay tells her.
Yeah.
But she gets him out, and they run away. And where do they go, Ray?
They run out of the station, and they trip, and then they at some point he's on top of her, and they have this little tiny moment, and they should be running away, and they're about to kiss, and Hard Eyes comes out, and she screamed. And this is the second time she screams this, "We're not together." Because in the first time they bumped into him, he's like, "Oh, wait, no, we're not a thing. You can't kill us. We're not a thing."
Yeah. So that's the second time, but that's like the second time he would see them kissing.
Yeah. So looking very, very hard to believe there.
So they run, and they get to like some sort of festival, Valentine's Day festival, because she's like, we just lured him, like we just lured a serial killer like to
an all you can kill buffet. So
yeah, pretty much.
It was basically
it was like a Valentine's Day movie.
A drive-in movie.
Yeah, but there was also people just around, and like food vendors and things like that. No.
Yeah, there were also rides and stuff like that. It was
like a carnival.
Yeah, it was basically a carnival with a drive-in movie theater, which sounds awesome. Mm-hmm. Actually, why we don't have those kind of things? We don't have nice things.
No, we don't. But we do have the carnival right now.
The Valentine carnival. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It just comes every year.
Every year, bro. It's not the greatest thing, but it's something that we get.
Yeah, I mean, you pay like $500, and you can come out with a keychain or a tiny stuffed bear that
carnies
that has a very vague scent of tobacco and wet dog.
That's the smell of carny, Barbie. So yeah, they lead him to that event, and they're trying to escape from him, running in between cars, the parked cars again, drive-in movie. And then they settle into this one van, and this van had already a couple doing it in the back seat area. And they didn't seem to care at all that they were there.
Well, they didn't. Well, yeah. They were probably drugged or something. They look like hippies.
Or what's the term again? Swingers. Mm-hmm. I think also that they were asked if they wanted in at some point or something like that, but then they're like, no, we're good. And so they laid low there watching a classic black and white romantic movie.
But then the girl starts being so freaking loud while they're doing it.
And there's having like these very deep,
beautiful conversation. They're connecting. They're falling in love.
With in the back.
But then it gets louder. Like it gets really loud to the point where, of course, it's going to get the killer's attention.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he kills him in a pretty like brutal way.
Yeah, he opens up the back of the van, pulls the dude, because the guy's facing the front of the vehicle, pulls him, boom, down, stabs him in the mouth with like a some sort of sword, and it looked like a sword, a
It looked
machete.
like a sword, but then when they pull it out, because at some point they pull it out, it looks like the thing that you do that you use for the tire.
Oh yeah, I get you, kind of, but also looked like they pulled out the sword from the stone because it had that formation of that
Yeah, it
sword.
was weird because I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it looked like, I don't know what it's called. Was it the
we'll
thing?
call it the Valentine sword.
Yeah, that thing. He kills him, kills the girl. Allie and
Jay.
Jay run away. And the part that annoys me is that they were hidden amongst all these people. They had the perfect opportunity to run away, skip town, and just never be seen again.
Yep.
But not really. He would have found them because Jay was a pretty popular person.
Yeah, but you can't find a popular person in a crowd.
No. But I mean, like, he would have eventually, maybe the next year, found them.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would have happened. But so they had the opportunity to run away, but Allie's like, no, we must end this together.
And he's very hesitant about it. He's like, but we can.
Yeah. I'm a wuss. I would have ran away. Like, you would have just like seen the dust cloud. Cause
like the Roadrunner style.
yeah, I would have been out of there so fast. Like, you would have been, and my ass is not in shape, so that would have been. But that day it would have been.
That day would be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's funny. Like I'm like picturing you actually like,
would I not?
Barbie, let's Barbie.
No, I would have pulled you with me.
Oh, okay.
I would have
That's
taken
nice.
you with me. You run faster than I do.
I would slow you down though if you would have been the one pulling me. So you would let go. He's like, you know what? You're on your own.
We would have just gotten in a random car and driven away.
But yeah, there was a large crowd that went completely, that panicked, and Hard Eyes was kind of just going to town, just stabbing whatever,
We got in a
whoever.
car, check the back seat, check the trunk, and then we because they don't do that in horror movies. Nobody checks the back.
Yeah,
The killer's always hiding.
but at this point it was fine because they knew exactly where he was.
What if he's working in a team? I have trust issues when it comes to murderers. You know.
It's funny you say team.
I know, but see, I thought that from the very freaking beginning.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought Jay was working with someone.
Oh,
so I immediately was like, nah, what if this is like some freaking ghost face thing?
Well,
oh no, that's not that doesn't. You get what I mean, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that from the very beginning. What if it's more than just one?
It's a very, very good assumption.
I literally just assumed that from the beginning. I even told you.
True.
But
true.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, can't be, man. Can't be.
This is like some Jason, man. It kind of like has that Jason vibe, but a lot more. Equipped.
I'm thinking
Michael Myers.
Nah, I don't think no one can compare to Michael Myers.
No, I'm just talking about like that big bulky killer that doesn't talk and just kills.
Oh, then yeah.
That's what I meant. Like he's got that,
Now you got me thinking, what would I compare him to? What killer can I compare him to? That's gonna bother me.
My favorite killer is Art the Clown. And the face kind of reminds me, I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's bald. I don't know.
It's the baldness.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me it was the same actor who played him.
I can maybe see him doing it, but at the same time,
I don't know.
It's kind of not his style.
I know, but there's something about him that just like it gave me it's perfect. It gave me a killer vibe.
There you go.
It did what it was supposed to
do. Where were we? Oh, that's right. The chasing. So
they go back
because Allie was like, "No, we started this and we have to end it." And Jay is like barely wanting to do it, but he digs her, so he's like, just takes her hand.
Would it have been worth it?
What do you mean?
Like, is it worth it?
Is it worth? Why? What's worth it?
You know, like if you kind of like there's this girl you just met today.
I don't know. I mean, he was the total opposite of her because he actually
He was
believed
a
in.
hopeless
Yeah,
romantic.
yeah,
He wanted to fall in love.
yeah,
He wanted the whole thing.
yeah. He even said to her in the date that he has been doing that to all the girls he's ever met, and that's
That
why
he puts
they
them
were
on he
like,
treats them like a queen and puts them on a
yeah,
pedestal and they all hurt him.
yeah.
So, well, he
So
went back.
yes, so there you have a little backstory on Jay, which is why he went for it instead of cheesing it the fuck out of there. They go back into the van because they're like, okay, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need a weapon, and they're like,
yeah, they.
and I think Allie suggested something. He's like, no, that's not a weapon, and he looks back at
Her
the van.
straw. She pulls out her
Oh,
straw.
yeah, it was a straw, her little metal straw.
Yeah, her little metal straw, and he's like, "That's
That's not a
Not
weapon.
a weapon."
So they go back to the van, and they're like, Allie tries to take the sword out of the dude's mouth, and like she can't, so they both do it together. That's why I was like, that's why it gave me like Sword in the Stone vibes.
Oh yeah, they're like very romantically, just like
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
It's a beautiful moment.
It kind of was. They had a moment pulling out a machete sword thing out of a dead guy's mouth. It's beautiful, as far as like horror comedy goes.
Yeah, I mean, not in real life. That would be terrifying. But
so they pull the sword out of the dude's mouth, and they look for him. They find they bumped into him, still there. People panicking around, movie still playing in the background, and then we get into like this little fight between Hard Eyes and Jay. Allie tries to help him out, which she does actually.
I don't remember this part. Hold
on. Because Jay's going at him with the machete or sword or whatever, and he's got, I think it was like a crowbar. I think he had him. I don't remember what weapon he was using.
It was that thing that he was using.
What thing?
That tire thing that you used to change the tire.
Yeah, the crowbar. Yeah.
That's what it's called?
Yes.
I thought the crowbar was the one with the hook.
Well, they're the same thing to me.
A cross something.
A crossbar.
Oh, it's gonna kill me. It's the cross. That one. Yeah, he's got that.
Yeah, so they're going at each other with that, and Hard Eyes takes him down. He's on the floor, and then Allie comes in, hits him from behind, and that's where Jay gets the kill, stabs him right in the back. Actually, stabs him right in the back because he was facing Allie, and then boom, just dies right there in front of them. And very, very quickly, Allie takes the mask off, like without even thinking about it. Takes the mask off. It's some random ass dude.
Yeah, so you're like, what?
Like he was never a show in the entire movie as of this point. Just some random guy. Random dude. And you know, the police come in and they're doing their job. And it's funny as it's a shot of Jay and Allie behind an ambulance with blankets on. This random chick's like, wow, you guys are gonna be so famous. The couple that killed Hard Eyes. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go now.
Yeah.
The awkwardness in this movie is just like so good. But again, the comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have like another moment where they're like kind of like trying to go at it again.
I think he wants her to be like, he tells her no, that's something about being with him, or I don't know what, and she tells him no.
Yeah, she pretty much turns him down again.
After everything they went through, she turns him down.
Everything.
See, this is why he shouldn't have gone back.
Wait, no. I think we're wrong. I think what happened was because he said he was going to his best friend's wedding the next day. So he was going to fly out, remember? And he gets a ride from Jeanette Shaw, Detective Jeanette Shaw.
But before that, he wants her to come with him.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, and she tells him no.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then the detective gets there, and then the detective is like, "Come on, I'll give you a ride home."
Yeah. And then she goes home. She calls up her friend Monica. I was like, man, I think I fucked up.
And Monica's like, go get your man,
Go get your
girl. I
that.
love that friend. Like,
And so she does, and there's like, the cheesy romantic scene where she drives to the airport, gets out of the car, and runs out and screaming Jay.
and then she sees him, and he turns around, and she gives
No.
him a hug, and it's not him.
Yeah.
It's like some random guy, and he's like, okay,
throwing in a little bit of comedy racism in there, just a little hint of it, which was funny.
well, he's like Tom's got the same hair, so
Yeah,
he's the same build.
he was of color, built, tall, and about the same haircut. So, and from behind, so it was really easy to make that mistake. And so that happens, and then I think she gets a call. She gets a call right after that. She gets a call right after that, and it's like a distorted voice, and it's Hard Eyes saying that if she to go to some chapel. So I don't remember the name. It's like, go to the chapel and go alone, or else he dies. Yeah. So it cuts. She gets an Uber, gets dropped off there. You think she would have told something? Oh yeah, but then she would.
She couldn't, because then he would have died.
Oh, well played, Hard Eyes. Well played. Very well.
But at this point, they loved each other, because if she didn't love him, she would have just been like, "Oh, pues kill him."
I know.
Like, if you kill him, will you just leave me alone already? So at this point, you know she loves him, because you find out that he loves her when she asks him to go end it, and then you find out that she loves him after.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she goes into the chapel, and she sees in front of the chapel, Jay on his knees, tied up, tape or whatever around his mouth, and Hard Eyes standing right behind him. And I think it was like, I don't know if it was pre-recorded or whatever, but it was a voice, but still distorted. And telling him that that little thing where it's like, if you love him, you shoot yourself.
Wasn't that when that other person came out?
Was that afterwards? Because I know that he was doing the whole villain monologue, and then our surprise guest comes in, and then I think you might be right, actually.
Yeah, she's the one.
Yeah.
No. Okay, but just say it.
But what I don't remember is what he said before.
Something he said. The Jay says something. I don't know. Something like that happens, and then you.
Bum bum bum. I need to get that sound effect. Mystery secondary killer is Detective Jeanette Shaw.
Yeah, she goes, we might be butchering all of this, because I don't remember the exact details, but I don't remember how or why or when, but she pops out.
Yes.
And she explains things to her, right?
Yeah, they do like the whole bad guy villain monologue.
The guy that they killed was just a random fan, like he was just like a big fan of Hard Eyes, so they kind of recruited him.
Yeah.
And then does the other Hard Eyes take off his mask?
He takes off his mask as they were explaining that, actually.
And it's
revealed that the original Hard Eyes, the one that's been doing all the killing, was that random Asian tech guy.
Yeah, they take turns though.
Yeah, they took turns.
They took turns killing, which annoys me, because whenever you see Hard Eyes, it's like this big built guy.
That's true. At no point.
He looks like freaking, like it looks like freaking Jason and Michael Myers, like you know.
Okay, maybe not that built, but it's pretty.
No,
built.
but like it's like a tall guy, like that kind of feeling. And then you see who the killers really are, and like how, like there's no way that she could have pulled off that. Looking like that, and then
they she mentions when they took turns, and I can't remember how he looked like, because I think she said, when I had you in your room, and I'm not thinking like,
that did not look
bulky? I don't remember that,
but that didn't look like a female.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it just to compare.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it bothered me that like he just looks like very consistent, but it even the Asian guy, or what is he? The tech guy?
Yes, the tech guy, yes.
He does not look like
he's built that way.
because he's a little bit shorter, a little bit, he's thinner.
Yeah.
The guy that they killed had that frame.
Yeah, like he naturally had that.
So that's why I was just like, wait a minute, what? But I mean, it didn't bother me that much, but it was just a little inconsistent.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you're right.
It would be like you putting on the outfit and then me putting it on. It would not look the same on us because you're taller, obviously, and you're wider than me. Like, you have wider shoulders.
Yeah.
So it just wouldn't make sense. And she has boobs.
She does have boobs.
Where did they go? But it also makes sense on why they were so good with weapons, because she's a cop. She's a detective.
And which is why they were so equipped.
Mm-hmm. The tech guy and the cop. Come on, it makes sense.
Yeah, he designed the weapons and she would equip them.
It just it made sense.
They were technically the perfect couple, which is exactly what they were.
And then you end up finding out that the ring was his ring. Like, he dropped it. And the initials were not for Jay Simmons, they were for Jeanette Shaw.
Yeah.
So her boyfriend, husband, they got married in that chapel.
They got married in the chapel.
So her husband, and now it makes sense why the other detective who was trying to hit on her. See, the husband, which Hard Eyes, when he kills him, he literally slices him from the private area up.
From the ball dick up.
So that makes sense, because if some guy was like getting all with me, wouldn't you want to just like right in the dick?
He went Art the Clown on him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why it gave me that
because of that kill.
Yeah, but Art's was more like I love Art. It's just when he's killing and he's like it's just so cute. Like I mean, it's not.
Also, his was a little bit more brutal.
It was.
Yeah.
But anyways,
we digress.
Yes, we did.
So yeah, it's revealed that the quiet Asian nerdy tech guy is Hard Eyes, and the partner in crime, literally and ironically, is the detective Jeanette Shaw. And then more bad guy villain monologues, saying, they mentioned that, we got married in this chapel,
and
that's blah, blah, blah.
That's their kink.
Yeah, that's their kink. And how we mentioned that she, the detective in the beginning of the movie, said that these killers are not killing for whatever. It's like, no, it's a kink. And then she just pulls that shit right out again in the ending, saying it's a kink. So she was already giving it out there.
Yeah, they were foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing. So yeah, that happens, and then the whole
they give her a choice.
They do give her a choice. They either shoot him
and
or
she
shoot
can
herself.
That she can, like if she loves him, she shoots herself.
She would shoot him. She can go.
No, if she loves him, then she has to shoot herself.
Oh yeah, I got that backwards.
And they won't hurt him. But if she really doesn't, because she kept saying that they weren't a couple, so like before that, so she's like, if you don't care, then like prove it to us.
Oh, that's right. And then they brought up when we saw you kiss.
Oh, because they were gonna kill. Dude, they were gonna kill the ex.
They were gonna kill the.
They were targeting the ex-boyfriend and the girlfriend, but then
because they were linked to the first couple in the beginning of the movie.
So they were gonna kill them, but then they saw the kiss, and so they shifted to them because it was a very good kiss apparently.
And that turned them on. That's their kink. Like they saw the spark within them. And that's why they targeted them instead of the couple that was actually supposed to be the original victims that again were linked to the first couple. But no, that turned them on. That kiss in front of it.
So that's why she's like, if you don't love him, prove it. Just shoot him. And you can go. You're free.
Yep.
And then she says,
"Do you want to care and say what happens?"
And then she gets the gun. And it looks like she's going to shoot herself. But then she goes, I'm sorry, Jay. Points the gun at him and shoots. But She's
But
she's not. She doesn't shoot to kill him. She shoots. She's shooting at the girl.
it's called a flesh wound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know his shoulder's in the way, so she gets him.
Yeah, she aims in the direction where Detective Shaw is standing behind him, shoots him right in the shoulder, goes through
Mm-hmm.
and hits her.
Not to kill her, but you know.
Yeah. Well, tried.
Yeah, she's trying to. She has horrible aiming. We found that out before.
Yeah. But hey, what stroke of luck, right?
He injures her, and then that's where we all kind of just like. Whoa.
And it's funny because when that happens, the original. Do we have the guy's name?
Who?
David Shaw. David Shaw. It's Yosan An, played by Yosan An. The David, which is the original Hard Eyes. They're looking at this happen. She shoots, and he's like, "Whoa, shit!" And starts laughing, and he doesn't notice that Detective Shaw
Got
is getting shot.
Uh-huh.
So he's just staring there and laughing and stuff, and that's where kind of the shit just hits the fan and everything. The big ending fight scene happens. So she shoots Jay, goes through, hits her right, I think around like the hip section. So she's pretty much down. So she takes advantage of that. No, Jay takes advantage of that first and kind of like kicks David, the OG Hard Eyes down.
He goes to her, no? When he finds out that she got shot.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He's like, "You son of a bitch," comes at her. And I forgot what it is. She does just slow him down, but she knocks him out. And then Detective Shaw pops up and she's like, "I will take care of her. You get him."
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when it sucks. It sucks for Jay because every single time he got attacked, he was always tied up.
He was always the victim.
Is he's still tied up, and so David comes up to him, and he's got, I think he was like those really cool looking arrows he was shooting in the beginning of the movie. There was also cool about them. I don't know what he would do because it looked like just a solid piece, but they would just like extend even more. When he was trying to come in with one of those, but Jay still somehow manages to fight through it, still tied up, which kind of like proves how tough he kind of really is.
It's all that yoga.
It's all that yoga.
Balance, endurance.
That's true. So Jay's over here fighting for his life, again tied up, and Allie fighting up against Detective Shaw, or what was her name? Jessica Shaw?
Yeah.
And
no, not Jessica. Wait.
Was it Jessica?
I don't know.
I'm mistaken. Jeanette. Fighting up against Jeanette Shaw.
We like to change names.
Yeah. I'm horrible at names. And there's a point where it comes to a halt.
I don't remember because so much happens.
It comes to a halt. But at some point, Detective Jeanette Shaw is like, she gets pushed up against, it even gets more ironic. She gets stabbed by the statue of Saint Valentine.
Oh, and there's a whole story about him and decapitated head or something like that.
You can go ahead and Google Saint Valentine. Look at his backstory. It's completely fucked up, and it's kind of correlated to the relationship that Jeanette and David had, because their marriage is fucked up, and they were like, kind of sort of like inspired by the story of Saint Valentine to do what they do.
A head, I don't know. She kind of explains it in that rant that villain rant that she's going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a big fight between her and Allie and Jeanette Shaw, and Allie gets the upper hand. Like I said, she pushes her up against this statue of Saint Valentine. Was holding a sword.
Yeah, so the sword pierces her.
Pierces her through the back, just like the first one.
Yeah, and then I don't remember what's happening.
Oh wait, I lied. She gets stabbed behind the neck to the point where she has to kind of tippy toe, because I guess she kind of pushed her in such a way where she like kind of jumped and stuck her in the back of the neck, and she's on her tippy toes.
Yeah,
she's on her tippy toes, and then while that's happening, she's stuck on there. she's like, struggling to, you can't exactly do anything when you're in that
In
position.
that position, yes.
But very, very slowly, you start seeing her body detach from the head
Oh, and then she gets decapitated.
and decapitated completely. The statue of Saint Valentine was already holding his own head, and that just kind of added another head to
I
that
don't remember
whole
exactly
piece.
how that went, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So Detective Shaw is completely killed off, which leaves David. And at this point, I don't remember what it is that happened, but I know it involved a fire because Jay knocked him down.
Oh, he got wax all over him.
Got wax, hot
the
wax.
from all the candles at the church. Yeah.
Yes.
Because they lit all the candles to make it look poetic,
Yeah. Hence St. Valentine.
And then it backfired.
And then it backfires because he gets pushed into this little, I'm going to say, field of candles. He gets burnt, he gets waxed, and he's just there for a bit. And they're, Jay and Allie are once again, oh, you saved me once again. Having another moment, man. And having another goddamn moment. It's like they never got a fucking breakthrough this entire movie.
Yep.
And as they're having that moment, David snaps out of it, practically still on fire, coming at him.
Attacked him. Mm-hmm.
And Jay finishes him off with what I believe was the last couple bullets that they had in the gun. The same gun that she was supposedly going to kill herself with. Do you remember that part?
I don't remember that part, but I remember what Allie does.
What does Allie do?
The straw.
Oh, you know what? We did miss that part. She stabs Jeanette Shaw in the neck, and then she decapitates her.
She stabs her with the straw.
Yeah.
But it's to her or to him?
See, now I'm all mixed up.
I mix it too. I don't remember who, but okay, Allie kills one of them.
Yeah. With the straw. Not kills him, just stabs him in the neck.
But I thought it was him.
Then no, it was Jeanette Shaw. It was Jeanette Shaw. Because she already had a cut in the neck, and that stone sword just kind of like finished her off.
I don't remember, but I just remember one of the hard eyes.
One of the hard eyes
got stabbed with the thing that was not a weapon.
The thing that was not a weapon. What was actually how you mentioned that they were in the drive-through movie theater. Like, no, that's not a weapon, and she ends up using it as a weapon. That's funny.
And then, well, that's it. That's fun.
But ultimately, David got shot, and he dies, and it skips to them. Basically, they become a couple. It fast forwards. I don't know the time lapse how far once it goes up ahead.
It's a year later because it's Valentine's Day again.
Oh, that's right. And it's Allie and Jay as a couple in the company that Allie works in.
Mm-hmm.
And the CEO of the company is like, well, it's too bad your contract's over.
No, she tells her to good luck because Allie gets over her fear of blood because when they kill the first one, the random guy that was pretending he was pretending to be Hard Eyes, when they kill him, she throws up on him.
Yeah.
Because she can't see blood. But by the end of the movie, she's already over her fear of blood. So she decides to go back to med school. So she's leaving the job to go back to med school.
Yeah.
And that's why the lady's like, oh, we're going to miss you. And I don't know what. And
yeah.
And then they're together. And then it jumps to the other scene.
What was the other scene?
Where they're in the car.
Oh, that's right. The happy ending part. It's them in and
oh wait, that's after. Was that after the credits?
It was before. It was before. It was right after that shot of them. Her boss saying goodbye to her. And it cuts to them in the date in that same drive-through and movie, and even Jay is like, "Is it fucked up that we came back and have a date here?"
Yeah, she says no or something, and then he pulls out a box.
Yeah,
and he looks at her, and it's a little tiny box. And then he says,
"At first, you get this idea."
Yeah, and then he goes, "Will you move in with me?" And it's a key.
And
then she's like, kind of like taken aback, and he's like, "Oh shit!" But then she pulls out a little box.
No, she goes, I don't want a ring.
Oh, Yeah, no,
I don't want a
I don't
key.
want a
Sorry, I don't
key.
want a key. Yeah.
And then
she pulls out a little box
she
and
proposes to
proposes to
him.
him. Which, by the way, leave it in the comment section. What do you guys think of that?
The girl's proposing to the guys.
The girl proposing to the guy.
Would you have liked me to propose to you?
I don't think I would have cared.
You wouldn't have cared?
I don't think so.
No, but I like that you did it.
Leave in the comments. Are you traditional, or do you think that was like adorable or whatever? She wasn't a fan of that.
No, I never said I wasn't a fan of that.
Oh, that's because we were having that conversation with nephew. You're like, I'm a traditional gal.
I just said that me personally,
yeah.
like I don't care what other people do.
Oh,
but
okay,
me personally, I would like I wanted to be the one that got proposed to.
Okay.
I wanted to be,
traditional,
I guess.
Well, I mean, essentially is what it is. Because, I mean, it was never the other way around.
No, but it's times are different.
Yeah. Hence that scene.
But see, like in Gilmore Girls, Lorelai proposes to Luke, and that's an old show. So
it just depends.
But everybody reacts like, oh.
We know who's gonna wear the pants in this relationship.
Yeah. So I guess maybe it was Mm-hmm.
But whatever. To each their own. We don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm already married. Do whatever you want. You do you, boo.
So that's the ending. That's how it ends. But then you want to say the end credits?
The end credits. We were about to leave, but then I was like, the lights haven't turned on yet. Something's going on.
And you pointed that out. It's like, wait a minute. Lights aren't on yet. Like, oh shit, she's right.
Because I heard Diana say something about, because Jerry was, are we leaving? And then Diana was like, she's like, oh, let's just wait for the lights to turn on. And then I was like, wait a minute, why haven't the lights turned on? So that's when it clicked. But so after that, they're having their moment, right? She just proposed to him, and then she gets a phone call, and then the phone call, it's like a distorted voice. Right.
The same distorted voice from the first phone call she got at the airport.
Yeah, but I don't remember what it says. Something about
I don't remember it either.
I can see you, or I don't know.
Yes. It was. I can see you.
And then she's like, and then she turns around, and
did you get it?
What?
Did you get it?
Did I get what?
She says to the friend, like, did you get it?
Oh yeah. And she goes, did you get it?
They were pulling off the same thing that the first couple in the beginning of the movie was doing.
And then it cuts to the scene of it's the best friend, like way back with a camera, like trying to get a shot.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got it, girl.
So that's a happy ending. That's in the beginning. I was saying that I wasn't too crazy about the ending because at the same time, I get it. It's a rom-com horror slasher movie.
Yes, it's like a romance movie. Like that. Like they're supposed to have happy endings. Like all those damn Lifetime movies that I watch, and you get so annoyed.
Yeah, no,
because
I'm just used to horror endings. Those are the ones I appreciate.
Yes, but this is a rom-com.
Yes, I know, and I understand that. But I may not have liked that. But what I do appreciate is that they didn't give it a cliffhanger for a part 2.
Yeah, no, it was just like I mean, there is potential to.
There is potential,
else,
but I don't want it. How I was saying it's kind of up there in the field of scary movie. I don't want them to do what scary movie
scary
did.
Movies.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want that. Like a one-time movie for this, done deal. Great. It was enjoyable. It was hilarious. It was great. Don't keep it going. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, because they could always go with, but then it would just kind of be doing the same thing as.
Exactly. And that's why I stopped liking.
But I like it. They die, blah blah blah. You got the whole story beginning to end. Like it was like a Lifetime movie. And just like boom, bam, bum. This is what happened.
Better.
Well, yeah.
Because Lifetimes aren't that funny.
No, but I still like them. I don't know. I like cheesy things and I like happy endings. Sometimes you just have to watch a movie that you know the ending is going to be happy.
Yeah. The differences, man. Guys' perspective, girls' perspective.
What's my perspective versus your perspective? Because not all guys and not all girls
Well,
think the
I
same.
guess maybe you're onto something, Barbie.
Yeah.
But I think that there concludes this here video podcast. So if you are a fan of slasher movies, horror movies, romantic movies, comedy
Cheesy.
movies, cheesy romantic comedy movies, this one is probably here for you. Before we go, what would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh.
Because I haven't even thought about that up
I
until
haven't
now.
thought about that either. Like
Well, we're putting ourselves on the spot. What is your score? Let's hear it. Oh, you know what? No, I just remembered. We did rate it, me and nephew, and I remember my score.
I don't remember mine, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good solid 8.
Whoa, that high?
Yeah, there was really
Yeah.
like it was everything it was supposed to be.
Mine, when we first walked out of the theater, was a 6.
What?
But now that we talked about it again and we made connections and like we kind of went more into depth, I think my score will change to a 6. No, maybe
A
not.
6.5.
No, maybe a 7. Maybe 7.
7?
I'm gonna say 7. Yeah.
No,
I'm sticking to it.
sticking to my 8. I would even maybe say 8.5 if that whole suit body thing didn't bother me so much. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fucking rewatch it just to see the comparison.
I want to see. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a movie. Like,
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm gonna go back to 6. I'm gonna go back to 6. Now,
Why?
now that you brought that up,
really?
I'm gonna stick to my original.
Okay,
out of theater.
here's a better question.
rating.
Would you watch it again?
Well, I just said I have to now because I want to see the.
not because you have to. Like, let's say you rewatch it again, okay? And then next year on Valentine's, would you be like, hey, let's watch it again? Kind of like how every like Friday the 13th we watch Friday the 13th, every like Halloween we watch Halloween, like that. Would that be something that you'd be like, oh, you know what? Let's watch it on Valentine's.
Well, it's definitely going on a list now because there's My Bloody Valentine, which I still have to show you and everybody else, and then there's that other movie. Actually, no, the Bloody Valentine that I saw back then was from like a remake. Turns out it was a remake. I found that out. Some of you are probably like, "Well, you didn't know that?" Sorry. So yeah, apparently it's a remake from like the 80s or something like that. So now I have to rewatch the 2000s one, and I want to see the original one. And now I'm adding Hard Eyes to a list of horror movies from a specific genre for a specific holiday now.
So your answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay,
In short,
alright.
yes. In short, yes. Just like there's horror movies for Christmas, there's horror movies. There's even Easter horror movies. There's fucking Thanksgiving horror movies, slasher movies. And May loves Thanksgiving, by the way.
The movie.
So there you go. That was our score. 6, 7,
No, 8.
8.
I said 8.
Okay. 6 and 8.
But if they do another one, it's gonna go down to 5.
Al chile que sí.
Maybe even
Honestly.
a 3. If they like, don't milk it. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Sell your merchandise. I will gladly buy the mask, especially if it
For
lights
reals,
up.
if that mask comes out, we're getting it.
Yeah, like do your thing and then advertise it every Valentine's Day. You know, like I don't know, just. But don't.
Yeah. Don't milk it. Just leave it at that.
Like you already
It's
killed
fine.
the killer. Drop it.
Yeah. Don't.
One of them got decapitated. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
And the other
Don't turn this into Scream. It's already been a thing. Don't do that.
we
don't
need
do
to rewatch those though.
We do.
We need to give it a second chance.
I do. I've been told that I have to rewatch it from the beginning. So got to do that now. I don't have to, but I want to. I feel like I missed out on something. Like we didn't connect. Me
Kind of like when we hadn't watched Star Wars before. Like, woo.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we watched it and we're like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, exactly. There was no connection, so I gotta find that connection if there is one.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. I got a franchise to watch and keep up. Like I said, our ratings they're pretty in the middle almost. Yours is a bit more higher than mine.
But it's because I like the whole romancy silly,
Yeah,
goofy thing.
I just enjoyed the comedy horror part of this thing because that's kind of what I'm into. But there's you have it. There's another movie to add. Well, this one came into my list of horror movies for certain, like I said, for specific holidays. So it's definitely gonna be right up there with the all the other holiday horror genre movies. So I'm glad that's that there's more options now. And let me know what it is that you guys think. If you have seen it, leave it in the comment boxes right down below what your thoughts on it. And if you haven't seen it, but yet you still stuck around because you're a complete and total psycho like Hard Eyes and you enjoy spoilers, let me know what you guys thought about what we talked about and maybe go out and watch it. I believe it's still out right now.
I think it's worth the watch.
Yeah,
It's
it's
worth it.
good. It's a good date night movie.
There's some movies that are like, just wait till it comes out, but this one's good. It's worth going to see it.
You get a good chuckle and as well as some good bloodshed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it. And you know, it's still February. Valentine's Day is over, but it's still February. Love is still in the air. Go and check it out. It's a romantic movie, horror movie, and there's nothing says like getting close to your girl than watching a horror movie because you know they, oh no, they get scared and they cuddle up to each other. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a perfect movie.
We pretend to be scared just to get snuggles. Well, I do.
That's the wrong one. There you go, guys. Go on a date night, watch Hard Eyes. You won't regret it. And let us know what you guys think. And that concludes this. You know how this goes. Follow all Booze and Chill socials. It is important, especially after this little incident that happened. Huge technical difficulties. The only way to let you guys know that happened was through the socials. So follow me. Doesn't matter where. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X. Follow. Join the groups. Join the groups. The Instagram groups is very active. It gets crazy up in it gets crazy up in there.
It's a funny chat.
And also, if you're not too crazy about videos, go onto Spotify and you just go ahead and listen to our funny conversations and listen to us talk about Hard Eyes. And for more Booze and Chill anything, head on over to Booze and Chill /Patreon. Get behind the scenes, the making of, special announcements, and stuff that you're not going to get absolutely anywhere, especially, like I said, after this giant fucking technical difficulties. That's my only way of connecting with you all. And may I also point out that the giveaway is still happening. So the higher the tier that you join in Patreon, the higher the chances you get. It's still happening. Why am I announcing it in the very last part of the video podcast? I don't know. But it's still happening. That is it for us, guys. And we will catch you in the next one. And remember, if we keep watching, we're going to keep drinking and talking all kinds of crap because that's what the Booze and Chill Buzzcast is all about. And we're out. Peace.